Yo. We back with another one, man. The Homestead Edition. This has been a great journey. I've been having fun with these. Sad I gotta go home, you know what I'm saying? It's a sad life when you gotta go home. You know, I like to give a little story time. When I come to Homestead, that's why I like coming often. Because I don't want to leave because everybody's so nice, hospitality. It's just a great vibe, and everybody's house smells so good. Either it smells like food or it smells like a nice scent they get from Walmart. Know what I'm saying?
For you.
You know, so this is somebody that I met today. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I ain't, I keep it 100 all the ways on the pod. She was somebody that was well recommended from all her peers. Everybody picked her out. Everybody was talking about her. Everybody said she got a lot to say. She finna sit in the hot seat with me. I don't know what else to say, man. You know I like to give a long introduction. But without further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Naftalie Dijon. It is our first time meeting, but it's because it was like through his mom. And me and his mom and the individual ladies that you have seen have been friends for years. And they're absolutely right. I do talk a lot. So, but it's always good. It's always good energy, great vibes, and great conversations. So I expect that here.
Yeah, we definitely gonna catch a vibe. We definitely gonna get in your business a little bit. Not too much because we ain't that nosy, but we're a little nosy. You know, us Haitian folks, we gotta get the tea every chance we get. So tell us about your upbringing. Tell us where you come from. Give us a little bit about the young you.
I was born in Miami, and we lived in Overtown at the beginning. And after a few years later, we went ahead and moved down to Homestead. We moved to Miami and then down to Homestead. And from there, I think like our first year or so, we had Hurricane Andrew. So from that, it's just been being in Homestead majority of my life, and just seeing it just become so diverse and grow literally from the ground up. I have been, from Homestead Middle to Homestead Senior, which I think that's where a lot of the glue kind of came with me and the girls, and kind of solidified also, especially it's just prominent in the Haitian community, which is, church, right? So youth groups, field trips, activities, family gatherings, communion parties, community parties, whatever it was, we gathered and we kind of linked up. And I think that's how we kind of bonded. I was the youngest out of a lot of the girls, in a sense of I kind of tailed behind my sisters or tailed behind them, and then family members. And then that's kind of how we all bonded. I afterwards, everything actually has been in Homestead for me pretty much. My family's still here. I have a strong, prominent family member base here, not with just with me, but also with people that you've kind of, how they say it's not always family that's blood. It's the relationships that you kind of built. So that base I kind of have here. So yeah, it's a little bit about me.
All right, so people like me who come here once a year or 2 times a year, we don't really see the everyday life. Some people say it's boring. Some people say it's home. When I come here, it's warm for air, warm, family oriented, the country. So what is your take on Homestead? Give us 5 words to explain Homestead for you.
It's within the word home. Secure. Hospitable. Family oriented. Community oriented. So family and community.
That's definitely all coincides together. So how did you was able to make a life down here when You was always the youngest. You was always in your own lane. How you was able to make a life here in Homestead?
Um, I want to say a strong support system, right? So I can't say that I did anything or was able to do anything without like the support of my family, the support of my friends who became family. So for me, I think it was also the community, right? When you're a young Haitian, and my family, my mom, my dad, very strict. Very, very, very strict. It wasn't something that I could just like run up and go do something. No. And then if they saw you, if somebody saw you, they were gonna tell your parents. That's how tight knit like the family was. So it kind of kept you aligned. Like the Haitian community was gonna snitch, no matter what. So you had to do what you had to do. If they sent you somewhere, you better go there and you better come back on time. And if you don't come back on time, somebody had already told them why you didn't come back on time. So for me, it kind of gave me a structure, right? So that structure I kind of carried on with, and then I had my child, and then I just decided like, when you become a mom, it's not an option. Like the child doesn't ask, they don't ask to be here, but you have to give them the best that you can or you're capable of doing. So from that point when I had my child young, I just consistently started working. I went to school. Um, and then I just, helped out my family. My mom got sick, helped her out. And it just became like evident. Like I just started doing it and it just came naturally. It wasn't something that I felt like was required. It was just something that I grew knowing what to do because I had a really great mother who was a great example and she gave everything that she could, so I knew what to do based off of that. She gave me good morals, she gave me good structure, she made education a very important factor. And so I kind of instilled those things. So I knew that once I had my first child, that's something that I wanted to instill so as well. So I worked hard. And from that point, I just got to the place where I am now. It's just been consistent ever since.
Okay. So you got something that I'm not used to, and that's having two young ladies that you're raising. Um, like everybody knows, if you don't know by now, you haven't been watching. I grew up in a family full of straight boys. So how is it having straight young ladies walking around you, little mini me's walking around you, and you're able to instill those things that your mom gave you into them? What is that? What is like the challenges and the pros and cons of that?
Okay, so I came from a household that was all girls, and I was the baby. So it's something I was already used to. I'm already used to it. It's just the factor of what you just said. Like I'm raising them now, right? I want them to be the best that they can be, the best versions of themselves. Not me, the best versions of me. That's not what I want. I want them to be the best version of themselves. So I instill values. I instill morals. I instill like the importance of education. The same things that my mom, the key values that my mother instilled in me and my parents instilled in me, that's what I instill in these girls, and I just try to guide them the best that I can, and allowing them at the same time to be themselves. So, being surrounded around girls, even my dog's a girl. So I just keep it rolling. It's okay.
All right. So what's the crazy thing? One of your daughter came in the room and told you while you was watching TV.
I have a very dramatic little girl. Um, my youngest, my eldest is 16. Um, the youngest is 7. And Leah, who's the youngest, she's very like overly emotional and it's like she gets attached to every little thing. So everything has an emotion attached to it. So of course things run out in the house, right? So she runs upstairs and I finally have like privacy. If you know your mom, even the bathroom is not private at all. Like you can be doing the most unhumane thing in the bathroom and your child's going to be like, "Hey, what you doing? And it's just like, it's annoying. It's just very much annoying because you would think that door is shut for a reason, and they would be like,
So
privacy.
you don't lock the door while you're in the bathroom.
No, what if it's a robber coming? It's just gonna twirl down. I'm just gonna run after and get my kids. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, my kids need me. Like, I need to hear stuff. But I mean, if it's something where it's like I can't have them at all see something, it's like my life is like an open book with my girls. So yeah, I expect for them to know, hey, the door is shut for a reason. I shouldn't have to lock myself. Like, there are limitations and boundaries that you're gonna have to learn to respect. But no, if that's like the long version of saying it, no. Um but my youngest, like, and I'm like watching TV, and I'm just like, finally, like, came home, go to the gym, I'm tired, I'm pooped. It's like 8 o'clock, and I know this girl's homework is done and everything, like, she's good, right? She comes to Mom, and I'm like, what happened? Are you okay? Mommy, I'm like, what happened? Oh my God, Leah, what's going on? Like, there's no more milk, it expired. I'm like, what? The milk it expired, and I can't eat my new cereal. Excuse me? Leah, what's going on? Did you brush your teeth? Like, you're crying over spilled milk? Literally? But I really wanted it. Okay, you know what? There's like other milks. There's other snacks. Can I have a donut? Yeah, go. Does that fix the problem? You don't want, like, is it expired milk? Like, that's what has you all tied up? Yeah, it's because I wanted a snack. Mind you, worked like 10 hours. Went after 10 hours. Went to the gym. I'm exhausted. So I'm like dead. And this girl's coming in like life has just ended over expired milk.
You thought something really bad happened.
Man, I thought like she stubbed her toe. I thought she lost a tooth. No, she's mad because the milk was expired one day, and she knows she can't drink her favorite cereal. And you know what? You know what irks me? She don't even like milk like that. The girl don't even like milk like that. Like, why would you put somebody through all that emotional terror for what? It's just the fact that she dragged it. Like, she's I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, what's going on? And all I had to do was just tell you, get a donut, and like, you were fine. Okay. And that's how she walked out. Like, that's what's irritating. After she said, okay. You just made me go through that for
But you know what that is?
annoyance or spoiled.
No, it's called respect, because when you live in a house full of boys, ain't no asking. They going for the take. You know what I'm saying? So at least she had the decency to come in your room and ask you.
No, she didn't ask me. She wasn't asking me.
Well,
She was telling me what
she
was
wanted
expired.
your opinion about her spoiled milk.
No, she didn't. She wanted me to fix the issue. Here's the thing, right? That kids do not realize that they do. And they do it like subconsciously. Like, they don't even know. You go to your mom when your mom is the one that's constantly fixing something for you that you don't even know that you needed fixing, right? This child needed me to fix the situation over some milk. She just needed mommy to fix it and let her know there was something else that could have been like resolved. Like, mommy just said, because otherwise, if the milk was good, I wasn't going to hear from this child. I was going to hear from this child until I had to call her to go to bed at 9:30, which is her bedtime. I wasn't going to hear from her at all. She would have been sitting down, eating whatever I just bought in this house. And then complain like 3 days later, mommy, there's nothing. Well, yeah, of course, because you're a human trash composer and it goes down the chute. So.
So, out of both of your daughters, who you see has majority of your characteristics?
Oh my God, the first one is so aggravating.
Because it's like looking at yourself in the mirror.
Oh my God, so bad. It's so bad, and she got my personality, so it's like I can't even like fight her. I can't do it because it's like her personality is me to the T, but so much better. so much better. Like I can't even say I did really good with that one, but I did too good because she came out looking exactly like me. Like she looks like me. She acts like me. She's sarcastically funny and she has such a broad personality, but she's subtle with it. Like she'll hit you with a subtle sarcasm and it's like you just kind of look at her like girl, I got so much to lose if I kill you. You know? So she'll say like certain things like, "Oh, you're wearing that. It's cute. It's cute. Mommy, how old are you? Okay, you know what? I'll just take it off. You couldn't just say, "Oh, it didn't look right." Okay, that's you could have just simply said, "It don't look right." No, I mean, I guess that's what all the moms are wearing. What? I ain't coming out here to look like I'm somebody's mother. I'm just trying to be myself. Who are you? Gonna do something to your
So it seems like y'all have an interesting relationship. It seems like y'all have a lot of fun in this house.
hair. I try to. I try not to be my parents, right? I try to be as open and communicative as possible, and I think that like backfired, but in a good way. So, um, I always have open conversations with them.
What type of conversations? The birds and
Everything.
the bees?
Ooh, you know, school does a great job with that one for the
Why?
oldest,
Wow. Okay. My thing
but
is, why are parents, preferably the mother, don't like talk about the birds and the bees with their children?
you know, I don't mind it, right? I don't mind it at all. Um, because if you're coming to me, it means that something's happening, right? Something's like
I
your
don't think
brain.
it got to be actually
No, no,
happening.
no. It's a mental thing. Something's happening. Something's triggering. Something's moving. Your thought process, your mindset is switching because you're growing. You wouldn't think to ask me certain questions at 5 years old, right? You're thinking to ask me this because now life is evolving for you. So you're asking me these things because a light is starting to turn. I want to make sure that when that light turns, it doesn't turn red, it turns bright. You get me?
I
So I
like that.
don't mind having those conversations as long as they're approached properly. I don't want it to be a late factor of why you're asking me these things. So that's why I keep the open communication because I want you to ask me before something happens. I want you to have that open communication with me to be like, "Hey mom, look." Which we've had conversations, just not like in full length detail because Lord knows I can't take it. I will literally be on heart medication if she got full length detail with me. I'm just that parent.
But she's 16 now, developing, getting older. So why you think what like you say you give her that leeway to have those conversations with you? So like, why don't you be okay with
When it comes to that point, I'm gonna have to be okay. I'm not gonna scare the child and be like, "Oh my God, you came out of the air. Like a stork really just dropped you here." No, you're gonna want to know what happened, and at that point, when you are ready, and you feel confident enough to come and talk to me about it, like you're like, you know what? I don't know what this feels like. Am I doing something? No, because at that point, we've already had several conversations. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. You get me?
Yeah.
Like it's like that preempt moment that you're like, okay, you know, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about boys. Like, cause it was to a point where I had to be like, baby, do you like boys? And she's like, Mom, I'm not gay. It's a sin. Like, I'm like, it's not a sin. Don't say that. She's like, I like boys. I'm just not interested in girls. I'm like, okay, I understand that. And she's like, it took a lot for her even right now because I have a resting bitch face. I do know that. And that's okay with me. I absolutely do. It's nice. It's really pretty. But but it's just a simple fact that people because of that they get intimidated. So they don't either approach me or people don't talk like a lot of her friends thought that I was super mean. And I'd be like, "Ugh, girl, I do not care about you like that. Like, please don't do that." She's like, your mom doesn't like. No, I don't because I don't care, baby. It's not because of that. I just this is a natural Haitian face. It's not gonna change.
One thing I can say about the Haitian community, especially the ones that grew up in the Haitian household, they rep it really well.
Hmm.
Anything they do is because I'm Haitian.
Absolutely.
It's a Haitian
I
thing.
don't see no other culture doing it like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
So I like the fact that you keep saying it's a Haitian thing, that you
yeah,
always
absolutely.
represent your
Because
culture.
who raised me? I can't say they'd raised me. They'd had something to do with my atmosphere, and that's how I developed. But that Haitian parent and that Haitian household is who raised me, and they instill that like that red and blue in me. That's what runs deep. That culture, the love for it, and it's just like if you know the history of it, you have a pride, like a sense of pride. So everything when someone like says I'm another culture, I will absolutely be like, no, I'm Haitian because there's something to be proud of in that. So yeah.
For sure. That's definitely a bet. So let's get more into you, cause off camera guys, you know I'm into the zodiac signs. So I be asking people signs just so I can know who I'm dealing with in a sense. It's not a belief thing. It's just how can I approach the conversation. I think personally, you might can agree to this. Virgos are the most open sign out of all the signs,
Yes.
and you know I think that y'all don't care what people think about y'all. Y'all go with the flow and y'all do your own thing, and y'all very hardworking people.
I'm gonna agree with partial of that. We're overthinkers
Why do y'all overthink?
because we're very nurturing. We're very we think of all type of outcomes, right? And in that sense, we try to be perfectionists.
I mean, the greatest people, some of the greatest people, not all, but some of the greatest people are Virgos, like Michael Jackson, Kobe,
Beyonce.
Beyonce. So just because they're overthinkers, you think that
Oh
made them?
no, I think that gave them a bit of a drive. I think that gives them a lot of endurance to endure a little bit more and push the envelope a little bit further. So I agree with that 1,000%. I just feel like we overthink in general, and maybe that may be like a woman thing too, in a sense, because when you're a mother or when you're like a woman and you like we're very emotional beings. I'll give that one.
So y'all unstable creatures?
I'll
Question
take
mark.
that
Why? You
because
the
my
first one to actually actually say yes
the
to it.
reason why absolutely because when I'm hot, right? You can't stop me. I black out. But I will never allow someone to get me to that point unless it was mandated, necessary, and that's the last option. But when I'm cold, I don't care. When I love hard because it's rare and I don't give. That's the thing with Virgos, they give and they keep giving because they're a nurturing sign. They're healers in a sense. So
Mm. All right. So, what's the dating status of you right now?
I just started dating.
Are you? What was
It took
the
a while though.
what was the green flags? Because we don't want to talk about red flags since this is newly fresh on the market. What
Yeah,
was the
otherwise you're
green?
gonna have me break up with him like tomorrow. um no, so here's the thing. I spread myself thin, right? I spread myself so completely thin. It's like the line looks almost invisible because I give myself to so many different things, right? Um, when I'm a mom, I'm a mom. When I'm a daughter, I'm a daughter. When I'm a friend, I'm a good one. So therefore, my dot is very small. Um, and I'm always pushing the envelope. I'm always trying to do. And so when a man comes in your life and reminds you that you were born a woman and you should put yourself and puts you first in that sense, it's rare, right? Because you're so busy being everything else that you forget that you were born with these capabilities and you weren't your individual self, right? So the green flag for me is allowing me to be a woman, right? Not worried about, okay, let me help you here because you do this. without me even saying it. Just a little gestures, just a little considerations, just a little flowers out of nowhere. I'm not a materialistic person. I've never been. But it's just the simple things of saying, hey, I've got you. Let me surprise you on these things, or make me feel great about myself and call me on my bluff. Because, boy, I'm tough. I'm very, very tough. And that was the green for me.
That's fine though. So what did it take for you to get to that moment before even the green flag, before you even started talking? What put you in the right mentality to be like, I want to date again. I want to put myself out there.
I broke myself completely
How do you break yourself?
because I forgot who I was, right? I was pouring into someone else for so long that I forgot what I liked. I forgot what made me happy. I forgot what I should feel about myself, my values, because I was trying to make somebody else better and made them better. And once they were done being better, they forgot about me, right? So I was in the dark. And
So can I stop you 1 second?
yeah, yeah.
So was there? Would you say Did you communicate that with him,
Absolutely.
or was it like it's just a fade off type of vibe?
No, I'm the sucker that goes and keeps going. Like, I'm the energizer bunny in the relationship, right? Um, I'm super forgiving, super, super forgiving. And I had to learn to stop being that person. Like, if you keep on forgiving and somebody continuously does something to you,
It's
it's not
over
forgi-
with.
it's not forgivable at this point. It's a habit. And if you enable a habit, you're basically detrimental to your own self. So it took 7 years being in a
Wow.
relationship. And then it took 2.5 to be single for me to gather myself. And trust me, dating, I made a lot of hiccups. I made a lot of flaws. And I was like, so there was a time where I actually went to therapy. And my therapist kept on telling me, you know what your problem is? And I guess this is what like really stuck with me. And he was like, you keep taking these mutts off the street and you're trying to make them purebreds just because you're one. And that stuck with me, right? I was like, but he could be so much better if I just, and he's like, that's your problem. You pour, you fix.
Do you still go to therapy now?
No, no. I think therapy did what it had to do for me. It changed my mindset. It made me realize, even though that you're in a relationship, you have to be your individual self. And the one thing that I do tell people, like the first thing I tell any man that like I go on a date one, like date two, date three, I'm like, hey, let me tell you something. I'm not here to heal you. You're gonna do that yourself. I'm here to elevate you and be a partner. I'm here to support you, but I'm not here to pour all of me into you. It's an equal shared value. And that's what that is. And that's how you got to keep it.
Yeah, because there's no gray areas.
No. You got to make sure that that communication is on. You got to make sure that your faults, your admiration, everything that you do is recognized. And you have to also take accountability for the actions that you take too, right? Like, I'm stubborn. It's hard for me to say I did something wrong. It really is.
Why?
Because I'm stubborn. I just said that. You see? You're not listening.
But
No, I'm kidding. I'm
I'm
kidding.
saying like, why it's so hard for people to accept accountability?
It was hard for me to accept accountability, you know, but my best friend actually helped me work on that.
Who you shouting out?
I'm shouting out Milan.
Shout out Milan,
Hey,
man.
girl. But yeah, my best friend, like, we hold each other accountable. She taught me how to be a friend. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, aside from being like a cousin, a family member, she taught me how to be an actual friend. Because before, she's like, oh, people come and go or whatever. But that's not the case with everyone. You bond with people. And she'd be like, and she calls me on my shit. She'll be like, now you know you was wrong. And I'd be like, I'm gonna call you back. And it's like I let the emotions run through because I don't like speaking when I'm emotional. I like speaking. I let the emotions filter, and I speak with a clear thought. And then I'm like, all right, I hate you, bitch. You were right, but yes, I was wrong. Yeah.
That's good though. I mean, it's called. I see it as self-assessing. You understanding the problem, you're trying to fix it, and then you grow from it, and you learn, and you know. So that goes into my next question. What's the biggest lesson you had to learn in your journey as a woman, other than pouring into people that ain't pouring into you?
Hmm. To not doubt myself. So, I used to doubt myself a lot, right? Like I used to think um, that I wasn't pretty enough, or I wasn't like skinny or small. I used to doubt myself with any aspect in life, right? It took me to my adult age, literally in my 30s, for me to change that mindset. And I could easily say it was like 2 years ago.
So why does it? Why is it social media? Is it males? What made you?
It's that self doubt. It's that self doubt. It's that, like, I didn't believe in myself enough, right?
But
So that
but
also,
that stems from something though. Where did it come
it
from?
it stems from, it's just, I think it stems from me always constantly doubting myself and believing what I should have been, because society says by this age I'm supposed to be this, by this time frame I'm supposed to be married, 3 kids, what, and then you start feeling like, damn, I ain't got none of this shit. Did I fail? Like I said, like when you're a young person, and this is with anybody, male or female, you set yourself up like, this is where I want to be. At this age, I'm supposed to be this person. This age, I'm supposed to be this. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be this. And then you don't become that. You start self-doubting. You start planting little negative seeds in you. And I think that's what it stemmed from. I didn't go the way that I mapped out my life. You hear those thumps?
Hmm.
That's a little critter coming down the stairs. She's probably like, what's going on, Mom?
I've been seeing kids all day, so I'm ready. I'm excited.
All I hear is like the big stumps, and I don't know which one.
No, yeah.
Hey, baby, come here.
Hello.
I told you.
The life of motherhood.
Yep. I know these stumps, these pitter patters.
Okay, so now back to the podcast. We had a little technical difficulty. We had a little interception. You know what I'm saying?
Intermission.
Intermission. So now, this podcast is all about this segment, because I want to say the podcast. The podcast represents a whole plethora of things, but one of these things is women empowerment, and also what could you give to the next woman, or what could you say to women that's lost and trying to find out their way? Because you went through your humps and bumps, and people, they're not gonna ask for help, or females at all, especially because they're told to be strong and you're the rib and all this stuff. So what can you tell the females out there who trying to figure out what's next, what comes with that, lifestyle they living?
Take some time to yourself every day. Every day. Every single day. That is you. That is no one else's time. And you focus on yourself. Don't allow the outside world to take that 1 hour away from you. Because that's just a baby step of you treating to yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're going to take a bath for about an hour without anybody bothering you. It doesn't matter if you're going to the gym and you're working on yourself. It doesn't matter if you're just sleeping and taking a nap, because that's what you like to do. Take it for yourself. And once you start taking little moments for yourself, you're going to start granting yourself a lot more time to focus on you. And you're going to take, in between that time, start thinking of what your wants are. Not your needs, because you are already doing what's needed. But what do you want? And you focus on that. and then you accomplish it. You write it, you make it a goal, and you accomplish it within a month. And make it small. It could be just a simple task of you catering to yourself by getting a pedicure. Start that off, and you're like, you know what? This feels good. I did this for myself. I'm going to take an hour to go be with a friend and go grab lunch. And you start evolving. Those little moments, they go grand. And they help you mentally out of this world. And when you have a stable mindset, you think so clear. And you start thinking clear about yourself. So that's what I always say. Like, it took a lot because I never did it. The only time that I had peace was right before the alarm like went off before I had to go to work.
That's everybody, though.
Right?
That's everybody.
So it's like, but if you don't take some time for yourself, you're going to forget yourself. And that's what a lot of women do, because the world, especially when you're a mom, especially when you're like a girlfriend, they have these ideal thoughts of what it should be, right? And so you start feeding into that. But you start forgetting about, damn, this is what society is saying it should be. But what makes it unique to me? Like, what is it mine's? Like, what makes this situation mine's? Like, the one thing I can tell every woman is just don't forget that you were born with so many capabilities, but you are your individual self. You are a woman and you tend to yourself, because the best version of you trickles on to everyone else. The worst version of you trickles on to everyone else. So it's a matter of what do you want to pour out, or what example do you want to be out in the world? Do you want to be positive or you want to be negative?
Yeah, that's bad. So I got a little beef with you.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. You gonna probably give me some to explain, because they say you big into makeup.
Yeah.
And I'm not really a big fan of
I know.
girls who wear makeup.
I know.
How you know that?
Because I did your mom's makeup, and you're like, who is this?
Oh, so
Who is this, Mom? What's that on your face?
Yeah.
I was like, makeup, hush now. She looks great.
No, it was straight, but it was like,
it was great because that's the thing. You're so used to seeing your mom a certain type of way. And this is what I love saying about like women, right? I'm a makeup artist. I enhance what you already have. I feel every woman is beautiful in every version.
So what they need makeup for then?
It enhances. It makes them feel better. It's the same thing like saying, what do you need like a watch for? What do you need like a cell phone for? What do you need haircuts for? Does it make you feel better? Like,
but
when you
a haircut and
like,
getting hair
does it make you
doesn't
feel
the
better
same
when
thing,
you
though.
take a shower?
I'm saying it's a haircut.
No. But is it a preference? It's an option. It's a preference. It's an option. But you
Okay.
do it to make you feel better.
But the thing is, a haircut is just like when a girl gets their hair done.
So what does it do for you?
It's great. It made me feel good.
Yeah.
So
Same
when
thing
you
with makeup. It enhances you. It makes you feel great. It makes you feel like something's... People don't completely change their structure of their face when they're... Like, I know you're probably going to be like, oh, my God, they changed their face. They don't even look like... I probably didn't look like... I didn't look like the tired mother that just wobbled up and put groceries in the car just like I did about, like, half an hour ago, right? I look refreshed.
Yeah, but
I look good.
But yeah, you look good. But it be some
Exactly, but it's
girls,
something that you're not used to. I get it, because some people,
they put
they
thousands.
get dramatic.
Yeah, they do
They
too
get
much.
dramatic, but that's what they love. Who are you to judge what they love?
But if okay, for instance, like right, I see a girl in the club. You feel me? I think she cute. She a little vibe. Or like I see her on Instagram. Perfect example. I see a girl on Instagram. I'm like, damn, she kind of cute. I'm a vibe with her. Then I see a person. She got a beard and all that. You know what I feel me? I'm gonna keep it street. I'm like, damn, what you put on that makeup for? Like, what's going?
But damn, why did you look at her physique instead of her mindset?
But I mean, I could look at your mindset, because the first thing when I look at a girl, I look at her hands and feet. I don't look at nothing else. Then I look at your face. You feel me? But if I already like your mindset, you still gotta look good on my arm when we go out.
You absolutely can. But those are your preferences. And if the person that's on your arm feels good about how they look on your arm, that's better for them. The only time women put on certain things, whether it's makeup, it could be jewelry, it's because it enhances how they feel about themselves. it gives them a vision of what they like and they admire. And all
But
it
God
does,
gave you that already, though.
they did. But God gave you hair that kept growing. You decided to cut it.
I don't know. You got me with that one. I don't know. You got me with that one. I'll give you that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
That's what the Virgos do. They try to get you in the tongue tie.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to conclude right here. We're going to bring her back for the group one. We're going to do a big group one with everybody
Yeah.
soon. I hope to see her. And I want to hang out with her some more.
Yeah.
Let her know that because, you know, we need to do some stuff soon.
Absolutely.
She been around for so long, and this is my first time meeting her actually in the flesh, which is not cool. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, close out, tell them about your makeup, all that good stuff before we get out of here.
Hi. Well, I do makeup. You can find my page on Instagram at Naftalie J. And I do all types of styles, weddings, proms, nice dinner events, natural, all types of things. So just contact me as soon as you can. Get face beat.
All right, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe on this video, and we out, man. Peace. See y'all later. Yo, it's your boy Nate, man. The hottest podcast out right now. What Will I Think of Podcast. Man, y'all need to go like, comment, subscribe for real, man. This podcast going up. We got bangers on the way. A lot of bangers, man. Y'all go view them last 2 episodes, man. If y'all really vibe with me. And we out.